Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel for another great eShop deals video. Today we are going to do 15 games that are $10 or less that I think you should strongly consider adding to your Switch library. So let's jump right into these picks. First of all, we have Dreamscaper. Dreamscaper is currently 60% off, matching its previous low of $9.99. This is an awesome action roguelike that's all about navigating a waking, dreaming gameplay cycle. Very simply, when you're asleep, you enter this sort of nightmarish world where you're taking on your subconscious demons, if you will. And during the day, you'll be exploring the town. This is where you get your permanent upgrades and also sort of interacting with the citizens of the town and finding out a little bit more about what's going on. This is an absolutely underrated roguelike hack and slash, in my opinion. Honestly, could probably be put into the top 10 of that specific genre matchup. Next, we have Far Changing Tides. 50% off, only $9.99. That is its lowest price ever. If you love a good sort of semi-cinematic platformer, kind of like the likes of Limbo or something like Inside, where the plot is a little vague, but there's lots of cool lore to explore, then you would really enjoy either of the Far games. This is the newest one. This is all about navigating your ship through stormy waters. You are taking your way through this beautiful, flooded, apocalyptic world. Really cool. Definitely one of my favorite hidden gems of last year. Next, we have a new game. It's Atone, Heart of the Elder Tree. It's getting its first sale price. It just came out. It's normally 15 bucks. Right now, it is 33% off, bringing it down to $9.99. This is a really cool top-down exploration RPG, all set within Norse mythology. But what's really cool is the combat system, and that all is done with a sort of rhythm music action game. I'm not always into these sort of rhythm action games mixed with some other genre, but here I think it works pretty well, in particular because the rhythm action has a pretty good learning curve. It's really not too difficult, but if you are looking for something really intense, you can ramp it up and make it much more to your liking. Next, we have Primal Light. Primal Light is matching its previous low, 40% off, bringing it down to $8.99. I got to play this on a live stream a while back, and I kept playing it afterwards. Absolutely adore Primal Light. This is a 16 to sort of 32-bit style action platformer, and honestly, if you would have told me that Primal Light was a game that actually came out during the mid to late 90s, I would believe you. But it's this awesome little action platformer where you are playing as this sort of alien-like primal caveman species. Very simple stuff, level to level, really satisfying combat. Not too hard though, and there are difficulty adjustments depending on how hard you want it to be. If you are a sucker for retro style modern throwbacks, you would definitely enjoy Primal Light. Next, we have Spinch. Spinch is hitting its lowest price ever, 50% off, bringing it down to $7.49. In Spinch, you play as a hyper-agile organism. He is consumed by the quest to rescue its litter of missing offspring from an endless invasion of mishappen and malformed offbeats and oddities. Basically, it's sort of a precision platformer in an absolutely psychedelic Technicolor dream world. I've heard really good reviews about it. In particular, I've heard that the difficulty learning curve is really well balanced, so it's not too hard at first, and it does a nice, good, gradual slope upwards. Definitely should be in the collection of anyone who likes a good precision 2D platformer and wants something that is really unique and strange. Josh Journey Darkness Totems. It is hitting its first ever sale price, which of course makes it its lowest, which is $6.99. That is 50% off. I got a chance to try a review copy of this, was really impressed with the art style. Really gorgeous hand-drawn animation. It really is a sight to behold. Now, I always feel a little strange talking about recommendations in this way, where I'm basically saying I don't think this game was worth full price, but I think it is worth this sale price. I think, again, the art direction is amazing. It's beautiful. I just kind of found the combat to be kind of basic, which isn't really a bad thing if you're okay with sort of a straightforward beat 'em up with a really nice coat of paint, if you will. Then you would definitely enjoy Josh Journey, and I do think for that price, it is worth it. Slaycation Paradise has hit its new lowest price ever, 66% off, only $6.79. They keep getting more and more aggressive with the sale on this, so you might want to hold out. Maybe it'll get into that sub $5 category soon. Who knows? But this is a really unique twin-stick shooter game mixed with some tower defense elements. But the basic plot gist is you are living in a world that has the ability to teleport you to other versions of Earth that are going through apocalyptic events. And you could basically take a vacation to these Earths that have other apocalyptic events going on and have fun with all the chaos that's going on, and then make your way back home. Quirky little plot. I like what I've been seeing, and I think for people that are into these strange little twin stick shooter games, this would be a really solid pickup. Next, we have Time Light. Time Light is matching its previous low for only $5.99. That is 70% off. Now, Time Light is a stealth puzzle adventure where you control time like a media player. You can perceive future events to plan your escape, strategy from the past, sneak an enemy, and manipulate time through this companionship journey of a mysterious cat and a little girl with a precognitive power. But the reason it really got put onto my radar is there weren't a lot of reviews for the Switch version, but the Steam version has a ton of reviews, and they are overwhelmingly positive. Currently has about 1,500 reviews on Steam, and the outlets that reviewed the PC version all said that this is basically almost a flawless little puzzle game. So you're not getting a personal recommendation from me, but if you trust the critics, it seems like this is a really solid pickup. Another really well-reviewed game that I personally haven't gotten a chance to try out yet is Vaporum. That is $4.99. That is matching its previous low of 80% off. This is a steampunk dungeon crawler. A grid-style dungeon crawler where you move from space to space, but it's all done in a first-person perspective, and it is real-time, so it is a little bit hectic, it seems. I'm not real into those sort of grid-based dungeon crawlers, but again, this Steam version and the Switch version are both extremely well-reviewed and seem to be perfect for fans of the genre. Mini Motor Racing X is 80% off, bringing it down to $3.99. Been a while since this one has gotten a sale. Last time was back in August. This is one of my favorite sort of party top-down RC Pro-Am style twin stick racing games. That's a mouthful. Whatever you call these old style top-down racing games, this is one of my favorites. I have rebought Mini Motor Racing multiple times, multiple different platforms. I bought it on my phone. I bought it on a tablet. I have it now for the Switch. It's just sublime. I love it so much. Now, the Switch version did have some new things added, such as some party modes. I haven't gotten to try those yet, but hey, that's just icing on the cake to an already great game. Moving on, we have a game that I think I'm going to pick up on this sale. It is Hay Fever. Hay Fever is hitting its lowest price ever, 80% off, only $2.99. Very simply, this is a precision platformer, but your character is powered by his allergies. So whether that's the ability to sneeze your way over something or to puff your body up because you're getting swelled up, all kinds of weird, kooky craziness. I've always wanted to check this one out, and I think that this price seems really solid for it. Jetboard Joust is $2.49. That is 75% off. That is its lowest price ever. This is a very solid little Defender clone. There's no real story here. You're basically a little guy taking on waves of enemies, defending your territory, but it's done really well. Again, if you're into those sort of retro style throwbacks, Jetboard Joust is a really solid one. Doom to Hell is hitting its first and of course its lowest price ever, 50% off, bringing it down to $2.50. Doom to Hell is an action-packed roguelike top-down shooter. It's pretty darn good. It's pretty simple. You're just basically making your way through the levels of hell, and you get all these different upgrades along the way. It's a pretty straightforward, by-the-numbers sort of roguelike at this point, but for such a cheap price, if you've got a few hours to kill, I think you would really enjoy Doom to Hell. Now we have a really rare eShop deal. I love talking about rare eShop deals. I wish that there were enough to make a whole video, but unfortunately this is the only super rare one this week. It is Max the Curse of Brotherhood. The last time this one went on sale was all the way back in November 25th of 2019. It hit a price of $7.50. Now it is hitting a rock bottom $2.24. That is a full 85% off. Now, this is the sequel to Max and the Magic Marker, which was a platformer game where you would draw on the screen and make platforms and all kinds of things like that to make your way through different puzzle platforming scenarios. This is more of slightly like a cinematic platformer, again, kind of like Limbo or Inside, but it still does retain that magic marker. But in this one, you can just sort of manipulate the environment in some unique ways to sort of make your way through. But I really think this is an underrated platformer. I really enjoyed it when I tried it years ago, and I think I'm going to pick it up now to have it on the Switch because I'm pretty darn excited to play it again. Lastly, we have Warp Shift. Warp Shift is currently 80% off for only $1.99. This is another somewhat rare deal. The last time this one on sale was back in March of last year. This is a very well-reviewed little sliding block portal-style puzzle game. I actually haven't played this on the Switch. I bought this years ago on my phone though, and I absolutely devoured it. Again, very simple. You're basically sliding these puzzles around to help this girl navigate her way through out of all these little sort of puzzle chambers. So for $2, you're getting a nice little casual puzzle game that you could burn through in just a few hours on some weekend afternoon if you want. All right, all you Switch fans, I really hope you enjoyed this list of deal pickups. Let me know down in the comments below if you're picking any of them up. And until next time, I hope you have great gaming. Bye-bye.